My people, hit that like button, please. It'd be very nice of you. Make sure you check out DNK Knives. Great company. Mr. Don Farmer's an awesome dude. He sent me a knife that we're going to talk about today. Let's show him some love and support. If you are out shopping for a knife anyway, why not check out DNK? And if you do buy something from there, use this coupon code behind the edge 10 and you'll get yourself 10% off. So saving money is always a good thing. Make sure you subscribe. We are pushing for the 2,000 subscribers so I can give away the TRM Neutron and other knives as part of the celebration of getting 2,000 subscribers. Not that that's something to celebrate about. That kind of sounded ridiculous coming out of my mouth, but it's something I'll be proud of. I'm proud of all 1,265 subscribers I have at the moment. I guess that just shows you how lackluster my adult life has been. Anyway, there's a link to Patreon in the description if you'd like to support the channel. Every last nickel of that money goes towards knives for content, and typically I give them away as well. Also, if you can, please try to, even if it's just in the background and you're not listening to it, try to play out the as much of the video as you can possibly tolerate. I am getting close to monetization, and the only thing holding me back is the hour count that YouTube wants you to have. I'm very close to that. Anyway, that's all the spill I'm going to do. Today I'm talking about a knife, a couple topics, but using the same knife. We're going to talk about the Medford Theseus, whatever, that name, and also kind of in a roundabout way, talk about how just because you like the knife doesn't mean it's good. It's good to you, but doesn't mean it's good in general, or good to everybody, or good at all. You just might be wrong, but we'll get to that later on. This knife came to me by way of DNK. They let me check it out. It is for sale on their website once I get it back. I believe he marks them as out of stock whenever he sends me knives, but once he gets it back, it will be for sale. So if you're interested, you might not be after this video, but it's a good knife, but it's not great and it's not perfect, and there's many things wrong with it, but it is cool anyway. First of all, we have a CPM D2 blade, nasty hand ground, hollow grind, 3 5/8 of an inch in length. Very thick. I believe that's 187 thousandths. Extremely thick titanium, which is the same as the blade. Runs on phosphor bronze washers, and it has the dumbest pocket clip that has ever existed, ever in history. Not only is it kind of dumb looking on this particular knife, it doesn't work very well at all. And I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way because this is my biggest critique about this knife. It goes in and out of the pocket terribly, especially coming out. If you're wearing a certain kind of pants, it doesn't even want to go in at all. And it just doesn't look right on this. I get the concept of what Greg was trying to do, the coin style. Just trying to do something different, and I commend him for that. And it has since changed on this model. It's no longer on this model, and there's very few of these that did have these on them. So the ones that do, I guess, could be collector's items. In my opinion, if you want to collect it, just take this off, order the regular clip from Medford. I'm sure they would sell you one. Slap it on there and just put that on a keychain or something if that's that important to you. But as a pocket clip, as what it is, it's terrible. And I hate to say that, that way, but it is. It's flipping terrible. Ergos. It's another thing that's not great. It is, for a big knife, it's just not big enough with this grip area here. So if you want to try to get your whole grip into this cutout area here, you got to squeeze your fingers together uncomfortably. And then right there, you're kind of hanging off the end, which isn't bad, and it feels pretty good. So in this grip, it's not bad. But if you have smaller hands or normal size hands, I would say that your grip would fit right in there just right. I just have abnormally larger, long fingers and hands. And like I said, it is a big knife, but not too big, but it is extremely heavy. And I, believe it or not, brought my scale out here to show you. And I brought a couple other very heavy knives to compare. And I brought a rational pocket knife. So the rational pocket knife is 3.7 ounces. Now a lot of people would think that's kind of heavy for a 3.25 inch blade. Whatever, you're wrong. The new Subvert, 6 ounces even. That's heavy, but that has a 4-inch blade. This Shaman, which is rocking the Rips Garage Tech scales, 6.5 ounces. I'm not even sure if you guys can see that. I hope so. I'm sorry if not. I'm going to pull it out of that. There we go. 6.5 ounces. So quite heavy. Then you put this on there, and it breaks the scale at 8.5 ounces. So definitely don't recommend basketball shorts when you carry this knife. Now we're going to go to something good about the knife. The grind. It's absolutely amazing. Paper thin behind the edge. Hollow grind. Very, very, very deep. Very well done. 99% of Medfords are hand ground. There are a few that are not. Like the Smooth Criminal, for one. But this one is very well done. It has the old tumble finish on the flats, which I like, and then it has a like a heavy stone wash in this double divot thumb hole, which is not exactly comfortable for the finger roll, but it feels fine for the reverse flick. Also, it kind of has a flipper. Kind of. And it works if you give it a little wrist. Otherwise, it does not work at all. But if you give it a little wrist, it works. Not sure why he added that onto it, but yeah, he did. And it's there. He did that to another model. The Infraction has a little nub of a afterthought flipper tab. And then the 187 flipper has a giant flipper tab that comes out here and tickles your tank when you're carrying it, which is insane too. But anyway, I like Medfords. I like their knives. I like what the knives speak. Aggressive, American made, in your face. If you don't like it, eat a dick. But it does work kind of knife. And it does work. This is not my knife, so I'm not going to be able to put it to work. But I did shave my arm hair with it. And yes, it shaves quite well. Slices paper quite well. It is the factory edge. Medford has always been known for extremely good factory edges. Anyway, I'm digging it. Wish it was my knife. If it was my knife, I would probably change the pocket clip, but otherwise, I would love to have this knife. It's excellent. It's heavy. It is almost custom, but they're considered production, but has a lot of things that are not perfect about it, like this backspacer. It was milled out very imperfectly, and I don't think I can make it show on camera. I hope I can. As you can see, it kind of slopes down this way. See it? So it's not straight. It's not symmetrical at all. And I would guess to say it was done by hand on a machine. Also, you can see here how rough this cutout is for the lanyard on this side, and it's thick, and then you turn it over and it's much thinner but still also rough. Thick, thin. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. This is one of his earlier works anyway. This relief cut is extremely deep. I'm not sure if it needs to be that deep, but it is, and it is quite large. Again, not sure if it needs to be that way, but it is. I would say the newer, this model isn't out very much. They don't technically discontinue anything, according to him, but you know, they don't make a lot of these, and I would say that, you know, a newer one would be probably a little more refined. This one is fine with me. I don't mind the imperfections. It just gives a character, and I assure you, it still works well. I've been playing with it a little bit, and the action's getting excellent on the phosphor bronze washers. CPM D2 is a fine steel, especially from Medford. If it is done right, it can compete with a lot of the higher end steels, and I truly believe that. That's not any, you know, I'm not talking out the side of my neck. Here it is up against the Subvert and the Shaman, so it is quite a big knife, and putting it against a normal rational knife, it's considerably larger. Not too much on the lengthwise, but height, girth, and width and everything, it's just much larger knife. I know this was kind of like a sitting and bullshitting, kind of like a Satu Dave does. This isn't really a review. I just wanted to talk about this knife, and also talk about the fact that just because you like the knife does not mean it's good. See a lot of people out there in the forums mostly talking about, man, I love the Buck 110. It is freaking awesome. It does everything I needed to do, blah, blah, blah. Now, the Buck 110 is probably a bad example because it's not awful, but it's not great either. It just happens to be iconic because it's been around forever and there wasn't a lot of options out there whenever that knife came out. But let's just say for the sake of this video, this knife, it is an okay knife. I would give it a 6 out of 10. And that's probably being a little generous. Yes, I would like to own this knife, but that's only because I like this kind of thing. If I'm going for a knife that I just need a dedicated user, cutter, and general EDC, this is absolutely not the fucking knife for you at all. Get a smock. It's definitely more up your alley. Cuts better, works better, it's lighter. You know, you probably couldn't cut a tree in half with it like you could this one, but it'll get you there. But try not to ramble too much. I'm going to get my in this, guys. Sorry. Do not get offended whenever somebody talks shit about a knife that you love and that you think is the greatest thing in the world, because that's dumb. Just because you think it's amazing doesn't mean it is. And that goes for anything in life. But in the knife, if you like it, buy it and enjoy it and just be happy. But don't get all bent the hell out of shape over somebody else not liking it. I see it in the comments all the time. I see it on other people's channels. Someone will say, man, I freaking love this knife. It's awesome. Check it out. Look at this. Look at that. And then somebody in the comments was like, I think it's the worst knife ever. Well, cool. All right, guys. I'm rambling. I apologize. Be good to each other. Love each other. And I will see y'all in the next one. Later. Oh, don't be a dumb cunt.